while all the shenanigans has been going on, I've been keeping quiet. But now I'm gonna talk about this Usyk versus Fury fight. Now that it's been cancelled, it was official, 29th of April. I believe people there were telling me the fight wasn't official. It wasn't official. Well, it was official, and the date was set, the venue was set, and then it all broke down. Let's talk about it now on BWTM Sports Gaming, and be interested to see what people think of this particular video, because I'm not going to hold back on what I've got to say on this one, and I don't think I should either. So, without further ado, let's roll the tape. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports Gaming. Let's get straight into this one. Usyk versus Fury is off. Talk Sport seems to be the center of the universe when it comes to boxing now. I'll tell you why. Because for the most part, the people who should be doing the job asking the tough questions are not, because they're in the back pocket of the promoters. But that's another story for another day. Anyway, let's talk about this fight. One thing I've always called Tyson Fury contradictory. I've always called him contradictory. I said, and you never know with Fury, he's consistently inconsistent, this guy, Tyson Fury. He's consistently inconsistent, meaning today the sky is blue, tomorrow the sky is green. That is Tyson Fury. That is Tyson Fury. Now I'm going to take you back, because this behavior for this fight is just no surprise. There's one thing I will give Fury his credit for, and I will defend Fury on. One thing I will defend him on. And a lot of people don't like this, but I will defend him on this. If you go back to an interview I did with Tyson Fury, that was when he was preparing to face Vladimir Klitschko for the second time. And the IBF were going to strip him. I think that video got 352,000 views. The IBF were going to strip him, and he was going through that time, and I wasn't happy about it. He wasn't happy about it at all. And so I'll just go on my screen here. Let's get my comments. Yeah, right. He wasn't happy at all. He wasn't a happy bunny at all when I spoke to him. But there was something he said in that interview that told me he would never fight Luis Ortiz. He said, Luis Ortiz is southpaw. Click, Alexander Usyk. Luis Ortiz is a foreigner. Click, Alexander Usyk. Luis Ortiz hasn't got fans. Well, Alexander Usyk has fans, but they're around the world. But really, his base, a lot of people, Ukrainian, has got big Ukrainian support, and he's known a bit in America. Of course, he's people have only really come to know Alexander Usyk because of his fights against Anthony Joshua, and that really shouldn't be the case, because he was undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world. But of course, Tyson makes another valid point that if you're not from the UK or you're not from America, it's more difficult for people to pay attention to you. But we know Lomachenko. We certainly knew Vladimir Klitschko and Vitaly Klitschko. We knew Kovalev. And all those guys who talked about there, they're not a what's the word? They're not like from America or from the UK. But okay, in the heavyweights, we've got Herkovic. Another fight I don't think Tyson Fury is going to take. It was very interesting because he said that there back then. he reiterated it. The same statement he made about Luis Ortiz, he said about Alexander Usyk. He turned. Hey, bro, I'm lining it up, bro. I'm lining it up. I didn't expect you to jump on that straight away, but I'm lining it up, bro, just to make it. Anyway, let me let me continue with this. Anyway, Tyson Fury then again went on to repeat these similar things about Usyk. He didn't want to fight Usyk because he's a foreigner. I don't like that term foreigner. I don't like the way he uses that term foreigner. It almost sounds on the borderlines of racism, but I know it's not, but it's on the borderline. All them foreigners need to get out. That sort of tone, being from England and knowing how that term foreigners and all them foreigners come over here and take our jobs, that's where I normally hear the term foreigners. I'm not saying that Tyson Fury is, but I'm just saying that in the way he talks about Usyk being a foreigner, it didn't bode well with myself. But anyway, he said he didn't want to, he's not fighting, he's a foreigner, he don't bring no money, he's only a superstar in Ukraine, he's not known in America, he's not known in the UK. But we'd argue with him because, well, he just beat Joshua twice. Oh, it doesn't, that was before he fought Joshua. And even if he beats Joshua, it doesn't matter. So that was Fury's kind of logic. And then what started to worry me was the night that Fury of that Joyce and Usyk was sitting next to one another. And then, have you ever, maybe Muhammad Ali may have done that crap, but have you ever known, in the WWE I've known it, the WWF I've known it, where one guy calls another guy out and the other guy steps up into the ring, a sort of tag team nonsense, and then I've seen it there. But in boxing, normally when you have a face-off, you have a face-off with the guy you're going to face next. That's how it works. But for some reason, Joe Joyce was up there with Alexander Usyk. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. And business-wise, it is better to do business in-house with Joe Joyce than it is with Alexander Usyk. Plus, there's a possibility you could lose. So you didn't fancy any of the Luis Ortiz. You did, and that was Luis Ortiz when he was deemed something relevant before Wilder got his hands on him. That was Luis Ortiz. Actually, before Eddie Hearn got his hands on him, actually. That Luis Ortiz right there. Fury didn't want any part of that. Fury didn't want any part of that Luis Ortiz. So what's going to convince people now that he's going to want to go and fight Usyk, who I think is more skilled than Luis Ortiz? And if he gets beat by, imagine if you get beat by Alexander Usyk, the middleweight you've been saying this and that about. So anyway, the alarm bells were there. Then they said, well, the fight was signed. And I said this, you make a point here about, I said to people that Usyk speaks better English than people give him credit for. And I knew that from a long time ago because I did an interview with the guy. I sat down and spoke to him. So all this stuff about I feels and all this stuff was just him playing the camera. He understands everything that's being said very well, very well, very well. I feel. Anyway, so where was I? So what was more concerning about for me, was when Fury was doing that run and he was saying, yeah, I'm in the camp now and I'm getting ready to fight Usyk in 6 weeks' time, no problems. 6-8 weeks' time, no problems. So you think in 6-8 weeks' time you can be ready to fight Alexander Usyk? Your trainer is training Lawrence Zakoli. Is it Lawrence Zakoli? Yeah, Lawrence Zakoli. Yeah, Lawrence Zakoli. So, and then when I'm seeing you run, you're looking heavy and breathing like a dog. Then Sugar Hill says that Fury's going to be ready for the fight. Oh, he's going to be in great shape. And I said it. I said it this week. I was filming in the studio on Wednesday. I said he's lying. I said Sugar Hill is lying that Tyson Fury's going to be ready. Now I hear Frank Warren said, "Oh, Fury's in camp and he's got all his sparring partners and he's said." Now I've heard stories that Fury was never training to fight Alexander Usyk. He was never trained to fight Alexander Usyk. So, like, the whole 70-30 thing to me was Tyson Fury trying to take control of the situation. So I've got to beat you as much as possible as I can outside the ring before we get in the ring. Yeah, you've got more belts than me, so you're at an advantage because you've got more belts than me. Yeah, commercially, I'm better than you. Commercially, I've done more than you, right? But history has you as undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world, and if you beat me, you become undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Let me take that steam out of you straight away. You've beaten Anthony Joshua twice. Let me take that steam out of you. You know what? Let me do all I can to discourage you. Let me do all I can to make you feel like a piece of shit. Let me do all I can to really rub your nose in it and let you know that I am the boss. I am the man. Let me do all I can to belittle you and make you feel stupid. Let me do all I can to badmouth you. And Usyk just looked at him and gone, all right. I'll agree to your terms and conditions. All right. Fury never wanted any part of that rematch with Klitschko. He didn't want to fight Luis Ortiz. And I think he had to be dragged to fight Wilder for that third fight. And so now he didn't even want a rematch. Like, he say he wanted a rematch, he said he didn't want a rematch. Fury said he didn't want a rematch. Frank Warren saying he put it in and convinced Fury to put the rematch in. The whole thing is a mess. And if Daniel Dubois has got any sense, he keeps well away from Alexander Usyk. Because if that Larea hit him in the first round and buckled his legs, God only knows what happens if Usyk will ruin Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois, as far as I see it, is just a big bully. He doesn't like getting hit back. And I told people that from a time ago when I was getting reports on Dubois in camp. It's like dishing it out. We don't like taking it. And Usyk will circle him and hit him with that left hand and beat him up. He really will beat him up because he hit Dubois for 4 and 5 punches. And at least Joshua has got better boxing skills than Dubois. Dubois is a big puncher, but he's too stiff. It's like boy versus man. It will be embarrassing to watch. If I'm Dubois, I swerve that fight. And if I'm Joe Joyce, I'm looking at both of the guys. I'm looking at Tyson Fury and I'm looking at Alexander Usyk. And if I'm Deontay Wilder, this is an opportunity for Wilder to get in. This is an opportunity for Wilder to get in and get that fight against Alexander Usyk. You know, it's nothing new with Tyson Fury, to be honest. Absolutely nothing new. Will he ever fight Alexander Usyk? Don't know. Don't really care, to be honest. I'm bored of Tyson Fury. I'm bored. Same old rubbish all the time. Frank, yeah, he flew in. He flew. He's trained out for America. Sugar Hill. I'm over here training dog holy. No one knows who the Teofimo Lomachenko is. Lomo, Devin Haney, Kambosos, Josh Taylor. Nobody knows who the F any of them are. Usyk could have took AJ fans if he spoke English or Spanish. He could have done. But I think that's more of his team and his promotional outfit. Usyk speaks a lot better English than he makes out, I believe. It works in his favor mentally. Of course it does. It doesn't matter. He doesn't speak English. Only box fans like us know he is. Casual fans walk right past him in any mall. He's a nobody. Yep, and that's the mentality that Tyson's got. Mamusha or Ngannou, I'm going to burst so many blood vessels of that Fury next fight. Well, he makes a ton of money against Francis Ngannou. He was going to fight Randall Sharp before, if you remember. Andy Ruiz is a possibility. Andy Ruiz. Surely that's an easier fight for Fury to take. Don't want to fight Price for the British. Didn't want to fight Usmanov. Didn't want to rematch Klitschko. Didn't want Joshua Undisputed. Didn't want Usyk Undisputed. What's up, Ingram? No way Usyk will be fighting at the comment box. Copper box. Usyk versus Wilder. That's got to be the fight. That's got to be the fight. You know, I think Wilder's got an improving jab, and that left hook is coming off nicely as well. It's just all it is with Wilder is if he can land on Usyk, if he can land cleanly on Usyk, or if Usyk's constant movement will keep, because obviously Usyk cannot fight the Fury way, which is push Wilder back. He hasn't got all that bulk, so he has to circle and keep away from the right hand. I think it's an interesting, fascinating fight. Fascinating fight. Usyk will destroy Wilder. If Wilder hits Usyk with that right hand, he will flatten Usyk. Flatten him. Trust me. He will flatten Usyk if he hits it with that right hand. Would Wilder take that? Would Wilder take that, Ingram, in your opinion? Yeah, in a heartbeat. He will take that fight in a heartbeat. Think about it. If you land one of them right hands, one right hand, and you put Usyk to sleep, you're now a unified heavyweight champion. You're right back up there. You're right back up there. And then you're looking at a potential 4th fight against Tyson Fury. Yeah, and I believe that 4th fight can happen. That's a big money fight for undisputed. Tyson Fury versus Wilder for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. I'd pay to watch that. I'd pay any time to watch them two guys fight. So, yeah, I'd watch it again. Why do you want to watch that again for? Well, you know, Fury got dropped twice in the fight. Wilder got dropped himself. So, you know you're going to get knockdowns in a fight. You know somebody's going to get put to sleep. So, yeah, I'd watch that. And it's like, and you got a chance for undisputed. So I don't want to hear anybody tell me, yeah, well, we've seen the fight before. Yeah, well, you're going to get a fight where you're definitely going to get an explosion. Somebody's going to get knocked out. And somebody's going to become undisputed. You know, that fight will not be a draw. So, yeah, why not? I'd see it. I think Usyk will make Wilder dizzy before he gets to the ring. Yeah, I can kind of see Wilder kind of moving around the ring, trying to swipe at Usyk and Usyk moving. But if Usyk stops for 1 second and gets hit with one right hand, jeez. But you know, Wilder's got a good jab as well, you know. He's got a good jab as well. Usyk will get the Spilker treatment. Usyk moving too much for Wilder. You want to hope so. You want to hope so. Would you bet your house? Would you bet your house that Usyk will splatter Wilder? Would you bet your house on it? I bet you wouldn't. I bet you shit yourself. I bet you're watching the fight, you shit yourself. If Wilder comes in there, comes to touching Usyk from round to 12, 1 to 12, if he touches Usyk, it is lights out. Even James Elibashir said it himself. Uncle James has told her he trained Usyk. If he lands on Usyk's chin, it is good night. If Wilder hit anything with a right hand, he'd flatten it, absolutely. Will Dubois step aside? I think Dubois for his own health needs to step aside and stay well away from Alexander Usyk. Usyk won't be there for that right hand to land. Oh, yeah? And if he is, your house is gone, bro. Everyone's gonna pay to watch Wilder, no matter his fundamental. Of course. Usyk was getting touched by robotic AJ. Wilder will have Usyk waking up speaking French. That's a point. That is a point. If robotic AJ can do it, if AJ can touch Usyk, then Wilder must have a chance. Wilder fundamentally, as a boxer, isn't fundamentally as good as AJ. But what AJ hasn't got is Wilder's knockout or be knocked out mentality. He's got a throw the kitchen sink mentality, which will get him knocked out because it puts him in positions to get knocked out, but he also will be able to land his own bombs as well. The things that people are not considering about Usyk and Wilder, which could counteract one another, is Wilder's length and his speed. He's in terms of heavyweight, he's a light heavyweight in terms of when I say light heavyweight, I mean 15 stone, right? 15 stone. Do you mean if he gets 15 and a half stone, if he gets around to that weight where he was before, lighter, if he comes lighter against Usyk, all that moving Usyk's got, the way you beat speed is with timing. And you can get them those long levers out, and you can get that jab going. And you can just touch Usyk with that jab. Just touch him. And then blind him with a jab and let one right hand go. Whoa! Somebody's house is going. Somebody's house is going. He's not going to be there for that. Well, you can bet your house on it. Bet your house if you're so sure that Wilder will not touch Usyk. Nah, I'm not betting my house on that. 12 rounds to land the right. Exactly. That one right hand. Now, the only way that is neutralized is if the left hand hits Wilder on the chin. What universe did Usyk become a defensive fighter? He's not. He's an offensive master, not defensive. Bellew, Witherspoon, Chisora landed on Usyk easily. That's it. So he can be hit. Usyk can take a punch, but Wilder punches aren't the same as everyone else's. No, it's speed times strength equals power. That's the thing. Wilder sends Usyk into orbit, in my opinion. Well, I think the fight must be made. The fight must be made. I pray that Fury in his nonsense allows Wilder to walk straight through the door and Usyk and Wilder fight for the heavyweight championship of the world. I hope that fight happens because we would if Wilder beats Usyk, we would move closer to an undisputed heavyweight title fight. That is if Fury doesn't lose in the time being. Yeah, but I do want to see Wilder versus Usyk. In fact, I want to see Wilder versus Usyk more than Usyk versus Fury. Because there's so many more questions to answer in that fight. Yes, Usyk is fundamentally the better boxer, but Wilder's punching power can take all that away. Wilder's light. He's light, so he's light in terms of speed and movement, and he's athletic. Who's more athletic between Usyk and Wilder? You tell me, who's more athletic? Wilder and Garner on Saudi. That's where I put my money. Wilder turned down commentary on Franklin Joshua because he said he's in camp. Yeah, Wilder's in camp. I hope he don't fight in Ghana. No. Don't do that shit, Wilder. Please, no. Don't do that shit now. No. Fight for the unified championship of the world. Fight for you. If I am managing Wilder, say, whoa, that Ngannou fight can wait. That can be a backup plan. You get that Usyk fight. Get that Usyk fight. Get that fight in America or Dubai. Try and get it for America. If not America, make it in Dubai. Yeah? That'd be nice. I tell you, even better still, and it will be a weird one. Do it in England. Do it in England. Wilder, Usyk in England. You say, well, why would you do that? Well, it's in Fury's backyard. It's in Fury's backyard. And that, for me, would be an interesting, different. It won't happen. It won't happen. People say, well, it should happen in America. Sure. But, hey, Dubai, the Middle East, and Saudi Arabia, that's where all the big fights are happening now. That's where the money is. So it could happen at the Saudis, where the fight probably will happen. But I would love to see that fight in Wembley. I'd love to see that fight at Wembley. Wilder, Usyk at Wembley. And Fury having to deal with all the stuff that goes on with this fight. Really would. If I could do it, I would do it that way. Ingram, I've got to ask you, brother, what's your pick for Benavidez? Plant? I'm going with Plant. I think Plant is fundamentally a better boxer. I think Plant's jab can shut Benavidez down, because when Benavidez, I did the breakdown, when Benavidez got horrible, he fights like Callum Smith. When you jab Benavidez, his first thing is pick his hands up like this, does this, and he leaves his body open. The only way I believe that Benavidez wins this fight is if he's able to trap Plant on the ropes and keep him there and put damage on Plant. That's the only way I see him winning the fight. Otherwise, I think if Plant can hold the center of the ring, use the jab, double up the jab, push, but he has to push Benavidez back. Benavidez, once he puts his hands up, he's inactive. So once he's inactive, he's able to step around, he can work the body, work the head. So I think he can pick him apart that way. And Benavidez' footwork isn't great. I've always thought Benavidez was hype and gas. And it kind of reminds me of Jorge Gonzalez. I did make the comparison of Gonzalez when Gonzalez beat Lennox Lewis and Riddick Bowe in the amateurs, and he fought, I think, Jorge Luis Gonzalez, something like that. Do go and look at that fight. Jorge Luis Gonzalez versus Riddick Bowe. He's got that sort of thing about him. I don't know if he really is the real McCoy, but there's no way in hell that Benavidez can beat Canelo. Absolutely no way. Squares himself up too much. Wilder is the more explosive than Usyk, so we'll catch up with him, especially at the lighter weight. He's fast. Saudi is where Wilder Usyk should be. Yeah, well, that's what I think it will be, naturally. Saudi's the only place Wilder Usyk makes sense. Yeah, you can see that, can't you? Wilder's fought one competitive round since a few beatdowns. Ingram, you know damn well Usyk will beat Wilder, no problems. Hey, my friend, I don't know damn well. I am not that assured that Wilder, with his touch of sleep power, will not put Usyk to sleep somewhere. I ain't that sure. I'm sure that Usyk can make a fool of him with his boxing, but I'm not sure that he will go 12 rounds untouched. That's what I'm saying. And if he can't go 12 rounds untouched, he just needs to get touched once by Wilder and it's lights out. And unlike Joshua, who when he had Usyk hurt in the second fight and he was up against the ropes, Wilder, if he's got you against the ropes like that, he will knock you out. He's not letting you get off and you get off to come back next round and fire off at you. Can't do Wilder in Wembley versus anyone due to a clash of time frame with the American team sports. Not really. Got to disagree with you there. If you remember rightly, Lennox Lewis fought Frank Bruner at Cardiff Arms Park, and that fight was at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, I believe. Or even 4 a.m. in the morning. Check that out. So it has happened. I don't think it's easy as you're making that, bro. That right hand is equalizer. Yeah, that right hand wipes out all Usyk can do. While there's tons of British fans, there's so loads of pay-per-views here, and they do a huge gate. See, that's what I'm thinking with that Wilder thing. Toby, when Wilder fights at elite level again, he's gonna get whooped. Well, how many elite guys out there? How many elite guys out there can take that right hand? That's what I want to know. Opinions, man. That's why talking boxing is so good. It goes, yeah, Leron, yeah, for 25 quid versus pay-per-view is $85, man. It's not the same. Yeah, and that Lennox fight was not on HBO pay-per-view. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. That's the point. But if anyone can, Showtime can. Showtime can do it. Sure, Showtime can do it. Who'd be the UK partner? Showtime. Would that be DAZN? Would that be Sky? Who would be the partner for that fight? Yeah. So, in terms of Fury, we know how contradictory he is. In terms of the breakdown of the fight, I just think that he got himself snookered. He never had any intention of fighting Usyk, I don't think. I think he thought that he would throw out 70-30 and Usyk wouldn't take it. And he thought somewhere along the line when he was doing all the stuff he was doing that Usyk was going to back out, and he didn't. And then he got himself into a corner where he hadn't even trained for a fight, and he found his way out of the fight. That's what I think. He does not want to fight Usyk. That's what I think. England, what do you think of this Frank Warren of all this? We want to see the fight. We don't want to get the fight. Yes, Frank. But Usyk has said he don't want to fight anymore. More people with 20 quid tickets does not equal more dollars. AJ versus Vlad, 90,000 to 10 million gate. Water break. Sponsored by Eva, a Nigerian water company. Fury Wilder, 15,000 people did $17 million gate. It was there. Ticket prices in America are 10 times UK tickets. Okay. Our pay-per-views are $36.50. Okay. Nice. The thing is, one thing I don't like about boxing, or our boxing has become like everyone now is a solicitor or an accountant. And why the hell do we care about gate numbers? Why the hell do we care about negotiation? I don't give a damn about negotiation because I'm not getting paid for it, right? I don't work in Tyson Fury's team. I don't work in Usyk's team. I'm not getting a cut of any of their money. Not even a 1% am I getting. So why the hell do I give a damn about what another man's making? It's none of my goddamn business. All I want to know is that contracts are signed, we are fighting. That's all I care. I don't care. I don't care how many people are in the arena at the night. Because honestly, come fight night, when they do the ring walks and they get in the ring and the first bell goes, I'm not sitting on myself going, wow, this arena's packed tonight. It's got a lot of people. I'm not thinking that. I'm like holding on to my seat and I'm like, come on. I'm not interested in that. Me personally, I'm not interested in that shit. Maybe people out there are, but I'm not. Don't care. I really don't care. Exactly. Those stadium fights don't compare to Vegas pay-per-view. Yeah. You know what? I'll say this about Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn, I'm not even going to say that. I'll say this about Simon Jordan. I like Simon Jordan. I really do. But it was like two public schoolboys there having a squabble. That's what it was. Two public schoolboys having a squabble. But Simon Jordan was like the master, and Eddie Hearn was kind of like the pupil, the disobedient pupil. And I believe that Hearn would have pushed that fight through. He would have pushed that fight through with Ben and Conor Benn. And the thing is, I want to very quickly talk about this. Conor Benn against Manny Pacquiao. So first of all, you drained a man as it did in Chris Eubank Jr. and could have murdered him that night, right? Now you're coming back to the scene of the crime, but this time you're going with a 44-year-old Manny Pacquiao. I mean, and Hearn is openly talking about, yeah, we can have the Manny Pacquiao fight. I'm like, dude, you need to tell your fighter to sit in front of the board. You need to have a British boxing license. Like father, like son. Nigel Benn, when he won the WBO middleweight championship world against Doug DeWitt, I think it might have been Atlantic City, correct me if I'm wrong, he ripped up his British Boxing Board of Control license. The Dark Destroyer, Nigel Benn. I can't remember what the discrepancy was over, but he ripped up his British license. He ripped it up live on TV. And I watched it live on TV, ITV Sports. He ripped up the belt, the British Boxing Board of Control license. Yeah. He had to get off the deck to beat Doug DeWitt as well. That was a great fight. A great fight. Doug DeWitt, Nigel Benn. I don't give a F about fighters' money, but I understand the logic of why some of these fights don't happen financially. Yeah, but you just price yourself out. If you don't want to fight, price yourself out. If you don't want to fight, price yourself out. Or negotiate so ridiculous that the other fighter doesn't want to fight. So it makes it look like you're the guy that wanted to fight, the other guy didn't want the beef. That was something they did. That was something they did with Kubrat Pulev. I mean, back in the day, people said, Kubrat Pulev, nobody wants to fight Kubrat Pulev. Well, the reason why people didn't want to fight Kubrat Pulev, because he kept lowballing them. So I understand. That was what Brian Jennings told me when he was going to get a fight against. This was when Jennings was still unbeaten, and he was going to go over to fight Kubrat Pulev. It's like, I ain't going to Bulgaria. I was in Bulgaria. What am I going to go to fight in Bulgaria for? What am I going to fight in Bulgaria for? And you're going to pay me what? $200? I think it's $200,000. Who's going to pay me? Or something ridiculous. The money was. He said, I'm not going there to get lowball for what? So that's how it goes. Some of these guys, not because they're deadly fighters, it's just because they're lowballing you. That's what it is. It looks as if the guy is a deadly fighter. So I've covered Tyson Fury for so many years on this channel. It's just tiresome. Just tiresome. I'm fed up of his rants. I'm fed up of him insulting fighters. I'm fed up of him just run up his gums, just talking absolute rubbish. Remember when he turned around and told everybody, I'll fight Anthony Joshua for free. I'll fight Anthony Joshua for free. The same man who's negotiating 70-30, yeah? Okay. Oh, yeah. I'll give my money to charity. What happened there? Oh, it's my money. You don't have to ask me my business about my money. What happened there? Nobody holds Tyson Fury accountable. This man was banned for 2 years for substance abuse, PEDs. Everyone keeps squat diddly about that. The media don't talk about that. But they're quick to talk about Jarrell Miller. They're quick to talk about Dillian White's B sample. They're quick to talk about Conor Benn and witch hunt Conor Benn. What about Tyson Fury? Didn't UCAD knock the door or was asking him to test him and you told him to go away? I'm just asking the question. People don't hold Fury accountable. And why is that? They hold everybody else accountable, but they don't hold Fury accountable. Why is that? Why do you think? And why do you think, like back in the day, before when Fury had the 2 years absence, before that, they held him accountable. Do you remember? When he talked about homosexuality. Do you remember he was talking about that? And about Jesus and the Bible. Remember he did that when he was going all that down that road, down them roads? And he was talking anyhow. You know, Tyson was talking anyhow. And then the MP came after me, remember? And it all went a bit dark in Fury's career. And then he comes back, this polished Tyson Fury, doing book signings and book deals here and doing this and doing that. And this was the same Tyson Fury, was it? A couple of years back that the whole country was going after because of his comments. And people got a short memory. People got a real short memory. A real short memory. Yeah, the Usyk slander is boring. Of course it's boring. And this is the one guy that doesn't even care about what Fury has to say. He doesn't care. Doesn't care. Undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world, getting in guys' backyards and beating the crap out of them. Why does he care about flipping Tyson Fury? Why? For what? Oh, he's big. Okay. All right. Let me ask people this one question. We always talk about Tyson Fury. Let me ask you one goddamn question. If Tyson Fury and Alexander Iusyk was the same height, same weight, who's the better boxer? Answer that question for me. Fury's a crackhead. The sooner people accept it, the better. Nobody holds him accountable. No, nobody media holds him accountable. Ingram, I wonder what Peter Fury thinks of all this. Get in there and fight. That's what he'd say. Cut the PS, get in there and fight. The winner takes all the money. That's what Peter Fury would say. Proper fighting man, Peter Fury. Yes, EJ Hayden. Usyk won a 50-50 in the rematch. Sounds fair. Actually, I heard different. I heard Usyk wanted the same as Fury. He wanted 70-30 in the rematch, and that pissed Tyson Fury off. Because think about Fury losing that fight. Imagine Fury lost that fight. If Fury lost the fight, it'd be 70-30 in Usyk's favor. So he was calling Usyk an idiot and his management an idiot. Imagine now, Usyk now turns around, I'm the champion, you're going to have to fight me for 70-30. Fury would not have that. That's what happened. I keep seeing journalists, pundit boxers saying AJ needs to stop Franklin in 3 or 4 rounds. Not happening. Sorry, what? What is this level of expectation? Franklin's durable and clearly not a can. Yeah, Franklin is dangerous. Franklin is dangerous. He's got fast hands. And there's one thing that Derek James, and I really should talk about in another video, one thing Derek James can't train, and I love Derek. I love him. I love him. I love you, Derek. But the one thing Derek James can't train is this. He can't train this, and he can't train that. And we know this when it comes to AJ now. Since that Klitschko fight, no, sir. Don't want that. And if I'm Franklin's team, I say, listen, let's circle this guy. Let's keep this guy quiet. And let's try the second half of the fight to put it on him. Maybe around 7, 8, when the lactic acid and then big muscles start to go. Let's put it on him. Or we jump on him early. As he comes out of traps, hit him early. See if he really wants it. That's the two things I do. I'd either jump on him early or look for or middle to late round attack for Joshua. Because if you can imagine back then when he was training when he was having the Usyk second, I think the first or second fight, he was watching his pads. He was doing pad work and reading notes in the dressing room before the Usyk fight. So, Derek James, and he's now learning how to box properly now under Derek James. He's learning now how to box properly. But we'll see. Is it too little too late? I mean, some of the comments AJ's made previously is that, it's about the G's, isn't it? It's about the money. And he said that when he was still champion. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. The two things you can't train is heart and chin. Durability. You can't train durability. You can't train heart. And Franklin is hungry. I told people Franklin was dangerous. He's hungry. Yeah? And he's got a nice jab on him. He's got a nice jab to disrupt AJ. So we'll see. We'll see. The mask never gets slipped. He's always been a grade A top spot. Oh dear. Fury not loving it. I really hope Fury gets beaten. His ego needs to be brought down a peg. Well, Fury is the best. Peter Fury is the best Fury. Peter Fury subliminal diss Fury in a recent interview saying smack talkers need a smack in the mouth. Yeah, can see that. I heard he wanted it reversed, and I don't see a problem with that. It'll be undisputed, and Tyson will be the challenger. Yep, 70-30. I'd love that. If I'm Usyk and I take 70-30 first time round, okay, fine. I want to make the fight happen. 70-30. Okay, fine, fair enough. I know I can beat your ass. I beat you, and I beat you good. I want a rematch, and I want to get paid what I was worth the first time round. So yeah, 70-30. 70-30 as the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. First one since Lennox Lewis. Yeah. But actually, he wouldn't be undisputed when he goes into that fight. I believe by the time that fight gets called around again, he wouldn't be undisputed. He would just be a unified champion because of the mandatories. Usyk, Fury knows Usyk is no White or Derek. This is our this fight. Just ask Walling. Steve Cunningham, who moved fast and got good footwork. Imagine Usyk. I know. I heard once you keep getting your light switched off. That's why your chin goes, because your brain switches off, trying to protect you from further damage. I heard once you keep getting your light switched off. That's why your chin goes, because your brain switches off, trying to protect you from further damage. I don't know, but it would be a shock if Usyk was somehow able to knock Fury out. He's got speed of punch. So can't Fury and AJ just make a fight after Franklin? It would sell well. Well, it depends how AJ looks against Franklin. He's got to look good against Franklin. If he knocks Franklin out in 3 rounds, that is impressive. Don't see it, though. Don't see it. And even, it's interesting, AJ, Spencer Oliver's going, yeah, we need the old AJ back. You know, the AJ that fought against Klitschko. Yeah, that AJ. And AJ put him in his place. They're like, yeah, but I was kind of learning on the job. I was pretty inexperienced and raw. And you can only do that for so long. After a while, you get found out. And if I kept on doing that, I wouldn't have the career I've got today. So all these people that keep going back to, yeah, AJ, when he was knocking out them guys like Matt Skelton and Kevin Johnson and, yeah, the guy from Scotland. I can't understand these AJ fans. They're like deluded. They think that, and he was learning on the job, that AJ is going to do better against Usyk. I don't understand it. Don't get it. I hope AJ doesn't make Derek look bad. AJ has said himself, he said, look, don't blame it. Don't blame Derek. It's all on me. If it goes wrong, it's all on me. Yeah, if it goes right, it's all on you. But it's how he gets beat. If he gets beat by Franklin, it's how he gets beat by Franklin. But you know, if he gets beat by Franklin, there is no Fury fight, man. So forget it. He has to beat Franklin. And I don't understand how Franklin becomes the warm-up for Dillian White. I don't get that. Dillian White should be fighting Big Baby Miller. That's the fight that should be happening. Or even Joshua should be fighting Big Baby Miller. That's a fight. Joshua should fight Big Baby Miller. Dillian White should fight Big Baby Miller. That's a good fight. Fury versus AJ is a cash grab at this point. By the way, nobody answered my question. If Fury and Usyk were the same height and the same weight, who's the better boxer? I know you ain't going to turn around and tell me Tyson Fury is a better boxer than Usyk. I know you're not going to tell me that now. Fury and Usyk are the same size and the same weight. Who's the better boxer? Oh, did I let you all know about tomorrow, by the way? Let me just quickly put that in the banner for you. Are you answered that question? Okay, can you see that down there? So tomorrow, I'm on the weekly show, national television here in Africa, talking sports. You can check it out yourself. TNT TV 24/7.com. You can get there and you can watch live. We're talking this week about Usyk. We'll be talking football. We'll be talking what else? We're talking football, boxing, cricket. Yeah, and a few other things as well. So yeah, check it out. Every Friday, 10 a.m. West African time, 9 a.m. UK time. You can just watch TNT TV 24/7.com, 10 a.m., 10 o'clock, 5 past 10. It starts only for half an hour. And that show I'm on co-hosting every week in Nigeria. So check it out when you get a chance. Fury wouldn't be in boxing, lol. He's cowardly as big as he is now. Where am I from in Nigeria? I'm not Nigerian. I'm not Nigerian. I'm here because of the COVID. And COVID back in 2021. They came out here because nothing was going on in the UK. It was like wash your hands and protect the NHS and all that stuff. So I said, you know what? Nothing's happening there. So about time to go and see Africa. So I did. I got on a plane and I came out to Africa, and I've been here for the last 2 years. And I have to say, it's been life-changing. And yeah, it's been a great experience. Really has been a great experience. Oh, and I just finished doing my exam today as well for my level 3. So there you go. But I'm in Lagos, if you want to know. I'm in Lagos. So there's 200 million plus people here in Nigeria. And I think just where I live in my neighborhood is 1.5 million people here. Let me also show you this as well, just before I go. Wow, Ingram, I didn't realize you were based in Africa now. Yeah, I've been out here for like 2 years, bro. And if you look at my playlist, as all the videos I've been doing out here, but you just put that there for you to look at. Get a chance, you can always check this out. There we go. IkriduCommunityCricket.blogspot.com. Check that out. And you go on there, it's got a link to our YouTube channel as well. And you can see all the stuff we're doing. So been working with the UK government, the Home Office, and we do seriously organised crimes. We're doing a lot of work with young people here in Nigeria, teaching them about the dangers of cybercrime, Yahooism, cultism, and just give them different options in life. So tomorrow, I'm going to take a bunch of young people that I've been working with, and they're going to be doing some computer sessions tomorrow and Saturday. Possibility of them doing coding and having careers in coding. So we've got a few of them doing that. And then there's some other things I'm working on doing as well. I'm getting a lot of attention from ICC, the ICC Africa and ICC Europe, which is the International Cricket Council. And while I was out here as well, I got to meet the global development officer. So it's like that, the FIFA's president, but of cricket. So it would be the ICC. So yeah. Are there any boxing prospects in your town? Yeah, there's quite a few fighters, I just want to finish off. I want to finish my stuff off in cricket. But yeah, after I finish my stuff in cricket, I definitely want to be doing something in boxing. Don't know what yet. My friends are promoted. He's got a couple of fighters that I fought out in the UK. Beat a couple of UK fighters that I know as well. So yeah, it's something I'd get into as well in the future. It's all right when you go live. Go on a rant about Fury and AJ Chin. Oh dear. I'm not sure if I'm going to go on a rant tomorrow about those two. I don't really want to talk about Fury no more, to be honest. It's a shame. Yeah, it's a shame. But yeah. I think from what I'm seeing of AJ, the best chin is one that don't get hit. So it seems to me Derek James is going to teach him defense. But it's not so much what AJ is taught, it's how much AJ can absorb that and produce on fight night. So yeah, right. If you click on that, and that also has a link to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel as well. So do get across, look it out. And if you want to look at our YouTube channel, just go in the playlist and you'll see on the playlist with the cricket and you'll see all the work we've been doing in the community. So again, you should get James on the show about the Fury situation, what he thinks Usyk's feeling. Yeah, I will do. Definitely will do that as well. Try and when I think Uncle's been in hospital, so when he gets out of hospital, I'll try and catch him on that. Funny how AJ turned his nose up at America and now look. I know it was always going to happen, wasn't it? Hey, bro. Hey, Barry. Hey, have you been watching my football series? You know, now on FIFA, they've got a women's Champions League, so I might start playing that as well. Keep checking out my academy. Going to get the first African side to win the Champions League. Never been done before. I've bought a team in League Two. I've just stuffed them with all African players. So we're just trying now in League One and just moving the way up. And I'm just using all the academy players I can. And I got to buy three players that are South American. So that's gonna be interesting. Oh, nice. Yeah, well, check it out. Watch it out. Check it out. I'm building. It's taking time. Now that I've finished my exams, I will proceed. On Monday morning, by Monday I'll know whether I have passed my level 3 and whether I have become an international coach, meaning I can coach international sides. But enough of the waffle. Did Fury or Usyk duck? Fury didn't want the fight, as far as I'm concerned. He didn't want it. Level 3 for my cricket coaching. So it allows me. There are 4 levels in cricket. I would have got my 3rd. Yes, I did see it. Hearn versus Jordan. I did like it. I loved it. I enjoyed it. It was much fun. It was good to see somebody actually ask Hearn questions without giving a damn or being censored. It's good. It shows you how much kiss arsing's going on there. Anyway, let me get out of it. Thank you all for watching as always. Before I go, let me see if I can get you a link to the channel. You can get a link to that channel. Let me just see if I can find that for you. You can see what I've been getting up to. I've even got an app as well. There's an app for it. Here we go. If you are, by the way, I'll just do this now while I'm here. Check this out. This is our link to our Facebook page. If you're on Facebook at all, you can get yourself on there. There you go. That's our Facebook page there. Check it out. That's the Facebook link. Maybe you want to stay in touch. You want to see what's going on. Then you can also download our app. Yes, we have an app. So you can see what's going on with the app. Yeah, I've got a cold. How did you work out? That's the Google Play app. So basically, you click on that if you've got an Android phone. And you can get the latest news going on the channel. What's going on over here in Nigeria, you can see what's going on there. That's the app. And I believe Where's the YouTube? Yep, let's put this here. Copy that. Hold on, sorry. And here's that's the YouTube channel. So you can get yourself across there. There we go. That's the YouTube link. All the links are in the description box or in the chat. So you get yourself across there, click those links, check it out. Right. All there tonight. Right, let me get out of here. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments always. Really appreciate it. It's very encouraging when you do leave your comments. I guess I'll see you all soon. Take care.